Okay, how do our implicit associations differ from our explicit comments about our own prejudices? I think in general that our implicit associations tend to differ from our explicit comments because people don't always clearly state how they either consciously or subconsciously feel or think about people. Um, sometimes sometimes people may not even realize that they have a prejudice against light or dark skinned people or different races. For example, some communities have a more diverse population than others. Some don't have a very diverse population. So I feel like that could create kind of a subconscious prejudice due to the lack of interaction with with people that look different than you, whether it's, people with light skin or dark skin, that can kind of go either way. What, if anything, did you find enlightening about the survey? I found the survey to maybe not be completely accurate just because we don't really know necessarily the different races of people that have taken the survey in the past, and the answers could be kind of skewed because of that. Also, I could see where it could be confusing because, it's going kind of fast and you're like trying to pick the right thing, and sometimes it may have been, or like in the middle where it mixes it up and it goes back and it switches the good and the bad and the different skin tones to the other side. So I feel like you could have got tripped up on that just because you were used to doing it the other way for like half the test. It was my understanding that as it, I'm sorry, it was my understanding that the quicker you responded to a skin color association, it implied you favored that skin tone, and the opposite would be for the slower responses. So if you responded to um, if you responded to a certain one quickly, then that meant you favored more towards that skin tone, um, and opposite for slower responses. I feel like I don't have a preference for light or dark skinned people, but my results did say something slightly different. My data suggests that I have a slight automatic preference for dark skinned over light skinned people, um, which the category that I fit into makes up 7% of the recorded web responders. So I fell into a lower category than most people in that regard. Um, that being compared to moderate, the moderate automatic preference for light skin compared to dark skin holds the highest percentage of responders at 28%. I mean, I guess it's not as bad as it could be, but 23% showed for strong automatic preference for light skin compared to dark skin, which isn't really that much lower than the 28%, and 17% for slight automatic preference for light skin compared to dark skin. The numbers for the preferences toward light skin were definitely higher than those for preferences to dark skin. And I don't know if that's because more light skin people took the test than dark skinned people, or I'm not sure what exactly created those percentages for being higher. But I was not really surprised by my results. I feel like I don't really have a preference to skin tone of people, and my results weren't really that far off, with little to no automatic preference between skin tones being the category directly above the one I fell into. Um, I feel like that's the ideal thing to shoot for, is to not have a preference, but obviously there's always going to be certain opinions and um, feelings of other people that, for whatever reason, you just either consciously or subconsciously don't even realize that you do have a preference. Overall, I thought this was a fun exercise and I enjoyed participating in it. So look forward to responses to my video and responding to other people's. Thanks.